In the modern world, solitude is often seen as a deficiency or a danger. To be alone is perceived as a defeat, a failure to fit into a system that values constant activity, interaction, and external busyness. Yet solitude is not merely the physical absence of others. It is primarily a liberation from external noise that conceals fears, anxieties, and unresolved inner questions. What if solitude is not emptiness, but fullness? A place where a person gathers themselves, where true inner unity occurs. This is not about social isolation or the pain of loss, but about a conscious choice. To be with oneself without playing others' roles or proving one's worth by imposed standards. It deprives us of the usual distracting bustle, exposing the depths of consciousness. In the silence, suppressed thoughts, fears, desires, truth, and self-deception become audible, things that were previously lost in the flow of tasks and communications. Such a meeting with oneself causes anxiety because it reveals inner chaos and forces one to face what has often been avoided. The modern world surrounds us with endless distractions, constant messages, social games, roles that keep us on the surface of existence. Solitude breaks this cycle, plunging us inward to ourselves without familiar defenses and cues. That is why it seems frightening. If, when alone, a person does not recognize themselves, it means they have been living someone else's life all along. Marcus Aurelius, the wise emperor and philosopher, spoke of inner solitude accessible at all times regardless of external circumstances. He did not withdraw from society, but sought order in his thoughts and reminded himself of life's transience and harmony with nature. For him, solitude was a source of strength and inner balance, a point of support necessary for an honest life and governance. Friedrich Nietzsche saw solitude as a trial, an initiation leading to the creation of the Übermensch, an independent creator of their own destiny, free from the crowd and its expectations. He stated, "If you want to walk your own path, walk alone." According to him, only by breaking the chains of public opinion can a person gain true freedom and power. It is important to distinguish conscious solitude from isolation. The latter is forced withdrawal, often associated with pain and loss of meaning. The former is a voluntary choice, a way to dive within, fill the inner emptiness with meaning, and build a strong foundation immune to external circumstances. In a culture of conformism, where social activity and external success are valued, the solitary person is seen as a system failure. Such a person does not obey the rules, does not seek approval, and escapes management and control. Their independence is a challenge. Their silence is an accusation that forces others to ask, "Am I living my own life or merely following the crowd?" The fear of the solitary is fear of one's own vulnerability and inner unrest, which they illuminate. They do not participate in the endless race, do not mask their insecurity with noise and social comfort, thereby breaking the tacit agreements of society about hiding weaknesses. Therefore, even simple acts, going to a cafe, exhibition, or cinema alone, seem a challenge to collective fear. The crowd fears the silence that can reveal the truth that its life, is merely an escape from inner solitude. Conscious solitude is not escape or weakness, but a form of resistance, a refusal of the dependency on which the system of control rests. The solitary person is not part of the mechanism, does not submit to imposed goals and foreign fears, does not seek external validation of their significance. When enough people choose this, the system loses stability because its power relies on conformism and collective thinking. Solitude destroys these foundations, not through aggression or slogans, but through a quiet and steadfast no emanating from the depths of consciousness. Thus forms a mental immunity, a consciousness immune to manipulation. People who have chosen inner autonomy are not involved in crowd games. Their attention is directed inward, not toward external distractions. This is not an easy path, filled with pain and inner questions. But having walked it, a person gains a solid support, impervious to the influence of others' opinions. Such inner freedom is the greatest enemy of any system based on control and dependency. The crowd offers security, but demands that one give up oneself, restrict one's thinking, become a repetitive function. It instills the idea that belonging is a good, and a person fears being alone with the silence where they may meet the truth. Solitude is a challenge not through force but through sincerity. The solitary lives without needing approval, showing that freedom can be different. It is this clarity that frightens. It reflects the essence that society usually hides, its own dependence, weakness, and fear. Conscious solitude is not loss, but a return to the true I. Not isolation, but a space where roles vanish and personality appears, where you stop reacting to the outside and become a source of inner light. This is maturity, the choice to remain oneself even when it is uncomfortable. The silence in which strength is born is not for fighting the world, but for creating one's life by one's own laws. In solitude, a depth inaccessible in the bustle is revealed. Where there are no outside voices, the voice of truth is heard, leading forward and allowing you to create your reality. May solitude be not a shadow, but a light, a guiding star illuminating the path to oneself and the world that begins within. Let this video be the beginning of your journey, a journey to conscious solitude, which is not frightening but full of strength and inner freedom. Pause for a moment and listen to yourself. What thoughts, fears, or desires were hiding behind the noise of the outside world? In this silence, true understanding is born, one that cannot be found in the hustle and constant approval of others. Do not be afraid to be alone with your inner self. In this state, you free yourself from the roles and expectations imposed by society and the system that tries to keep you confined. The way out of this system is not a rebellion through external actions, but a quiet and powerful choice to remain true to yourself, even if it feels uncomfortable or misunderstood by others. Allow yourself to walk your own path, even if it means walking alone. For it is in this solitude that you will find the inner support and light that no one can take away from you. Start today. Slow down, dive inward, and open a new reality free from other people's rules and expectations. You deserve to be the master of your life and the creator of your own destiny.